winning and everybody in first place. Raise your glass, let's celebrate. Own lane in your own race. Why you got such a sad face? Not up to me, you chose your fate. It's a long way going down. All I can do is say congratulations. All you niggas do is slay and hate. But how can you hate when you can't relate? I ain't got time, I got moves to make. Cross the finish, not shake and bake. I don't know what to do with my hands. Look at this money and dance. Oh, man. She like, give me one more chance. All I do is give her cash. She get the cash, she drop it so fast. She on the pole, she doing her dance. I'm like, mommy, come give me that stance. I'm like, quarterback and she like, hey, I don't give a fuck, she rockin' my neck. She got hair, she gon' drive the side. Take the road and be rockin' it now. She can never, when I tell her, she can go get her hair perm. She can go.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Who Got Game. I'm your host, Jason Zone Fisher, and in just a couple moments, I'll be joined by the one and only BD, Boom Dizzle, Baron Davis. You know who I'm talking about. But I want to get this show started by our other co-host, contributor, and friend of the program. The one and only Pavy is in the house. What's up, Pavy? How you feeling, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. I last saw you about a week ago in Las Vegas.
In Vegas.
Have you ever been to Summer League before? Was that your first time, or was that a repeat performance for you showing up?
That's my second time. The first time I went, I think it was 2000. Trae Young was a rookie. Trae Young was a rookie, but I went week 2. And week 2 they started sitting all like the top picks. I think I went like championship weekend. Like I remember it was like a Thunder game. I forget who it was, but regardless, it was like a Thunder game. I think it was like Devontae Burton's, I think is his name. I could be wrong. Like he was kind of like the star of the team, but regardless, it was my second time going. But that was my first time actually for real going to real like Summer League,
nice.
Like the actual stars were playing and things like that.
Great story, bro. Tell me that Devontae Burton story again. That was great.
Nah. He was literally getting off. I think he did like a between the legs dunk or like some crazy timeout.
Yeah.
The game to like 2 overtimes. Like it was like the game went to 2 overtimes. I'm hungover at the game. Actually, the whole day is a very, very funny story. Like it's a very funny story. Like we went out, did the most the night before. We get to the game. I think I'm fine because I was, for whatever reason, we were mixing tequila and Pedialyte. Don't ask me why we was mixing tequila and Pedialyte, but we were. So basically what it did is it delayed my hangover until midway through Summer League. And then we just sit in that Summer League and I get cold out of nowhere and start shaking. And I'm like, hey, bro, I got to go. And I go back with the game leads, go back to the hotel, and I don't leave the rest of the day. But long story short, second time in Summer League.
Yeah, that's good. You were having Pedialyte cocktails. Wow.
Pedialyte cocktails.
That's something different. You see a lot of that in Vegas, all sorts of stuff. So that was my first Summer League experience, and it was a blast. But I was there for all 10 days of Summer League. So I really was immersed in it, and it was good to be out. Right now I'm back home in my hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. I'm back here for a few days, just kind of decompressing, visiting the fam and chilling because I needed to detox and also just relax a little bit after 75 games of basketball over 10 days. It was a lot of fun, but it was a lot to take in. Sure.
Jason, real quick, you know what I watched? There's this documentary on YouTube, like chronologically in the history of the Cavaliers.
What?
So really, I gotta see this. Really. I'll tell you off air what it is, but it's like a really interesting doc. Like they start from the inception of the Cavs to Sapien, which was a terrible owner, to the owner that comes Gunn. Who came after it, to Dan Gilbert, to LeBron, to win the championship. Like they chronologized the whole history of like the Cavs. It's a very, very actually good watch. It's about I want to say 2 hours long. It's like broken up into 3 parts, and it's like 2 hours total. It's really good documentary.
It's on Netflix?
No, it's on YouTube.
On YouTube. Okay. YouTube. Yeah, I definitely want to check that out. Yeah, I've been a Cavs fan since the very beginning, and it's been a lot of ups and downs, mainly downs, but obviously we had 2016 and some good run with LeBron. It was a lot of fun. Summer League was a blast. In a couple moments, we'll be joined by Baron Davis to talk about his Summer League experience because I know he was in and out. What's up to our fans in the house and followers? Thanks for being here, including Abhishek Roy, who's a big fan of yours, Pavy. What's up? Appreciate that. I saw almost every game of Summer League, just being there, immersed in the experience for so long. And I can name some players who impressed me the most from watching them get a chance to play. Obviously, it's about mainly the rookies and the second-year guys who are out there to shine, but also a lot of guys just fighting for a roster spot. Before I give you my sort of like summer league impressions, Pavy, I know you were just there for a day or two, but who were maybe a player or two that stood out to you that impressed you? You saw something from some of the games you caught.
I didn't watch again. I didn't watch every single game, but
Sure.
Davion Mitchell for one. Davion Mitchell. To me, it kind of sucks that he's in Sacramento because it's like I don't know if he'll get the playing time to be able to do exactly what he needs to do. You know, with them having Tyrese Halliburton, them already having De'Aaron Fox, and them having Buddy Hield. I don't know if he'll get the playing time and do what he needs to do, but that's a guy that I think can step in and probably on like some of the teams that didn't have such a clear guard rotation start from day one. To me, I think he can be able to defend from day one. I think he knows how to run a team. So he was a guy who shocked. I don't want to say shocked, but he definitely impressed me. Jalen Green is my guy. Jalen Green. I literally came to see Jalen Green, and he gets hurt in the game in which I go to see him. But Jalen Green, he can score. One thing he can do is you know, he can score. His shooting impressed me. I didn't know that he would be able to shoot from distance as well as he did shoot from distance, especially like off the dribble. So he impressed me. And Alex Şengün, the Rocket center as well. I think he may struggle with his athleticism a little bit coming into the league because, you know, he's probably to get stronger. You know, I don't know if he can improve his athleticism, but he might struggle. But he knows how to play basketball. He can rebound. He knows how to get to the line. He just seems like a really, really good basketball player to be 18 years old. So I think those three, if I had to pick anybody, I think those three: Alex Şengün, Jalen Green, and Davion Mitchell.
Yeah, I agree with all three of those guys. They impressed me, and they're on my short list too, starting with Davion Mitchell. He hasn't lost a basketball game since March 12th of 2021.
That's crazy.
Went in with a bit of a win streak. They the NCAA tournament, obviously. They were the NCAA champs, Baylor, and then winning the summer league, going 5-0. That man is a winner and a defensive specialist. I think he's something special. He just finds a way to win, and he brings a veteran mentality for a rookie already, and he is an incredible defensive player. So I'm a big, big fan of Davion Mitchell, and I think the Kings got a real winner in him. But it is going to be interesting to see how they allocate time and minutes with a lot of really small guards in that backcourt. Yeah. Him and Fox and Tyrese Halliburton, but there are some pieces, and I don't know, just him bringing that presence to the locker room with a lot of these other guys. I'm hoping this is the year the Kings make the playoffs. I mean, do you think they have any shot? It's a crowded West with so many good teams, but like, I feel like it's time for them to take that step.
Yeah, I mean, really, because there was a point in time in which like De'Aaron Fox was like one of my favorite young players last year. Like there was a stretch that it was really the New Orleans game when he like hit the spin move split on the double team. Like it was a crazy play. And I was like, yo, I have to watch more Kings games. Also, we're out West. So obviously you get home, you know, the last game of the night, it may be Kings, insert somebody. So what like I really thought that they needed was a better center or like just a better center rotation in general. They did get Tristan Thompson, if I'm not mistaken. Is he there or is he in Atlanta?
I believe he's still there, yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I think, don't quote me on that, but I think they have Tristan Thompson. I think they have a chance. You know, like I think they can make the play-in game, and I think that even for the Kings, just getting it on like a play-in stage would be a huge step for that franchise. Also, Marvin Bagley, like I think he's a guy that, I mean, he's had some injuries. I think that he can play. He was a second pick in that loaded 2018 class a couple years ago, so I do think he has some talent. It's just for him, it's about actually being able to play, getting on the court, staying healthy. And it's also a contract year. You know, guys, in contract years, you want to play good because even if your team don't want you, another team might want you. So would I put money on them? Like, would I go to Vegas and bet on them making the playoffs? No. But play-in game, I think it's possible. It's possible.
There's so many good teams in the West. It's going to be tough, but they have the longest streak of not making the playoffs of any franchise in the NBA. And that fan base, loyal, dedicated fans, they deserve to root for a winner. They deserve a playoff team. And if these young core guys can all take a leap, Fox and Halliburton and Bagley, Rashawn Holmes, if they can all improve, then I think they do have a shot at that playing game, and anything can happen. So I'm rooting for the Kings this year to, you know, get some new blood in there and see what happens. Last year, there was a lot of teams that not only made the playoffs that did it the year before. The Phoenix Suns went all the way to the NBA Finals, and they weren't a
Yeah.
playoff team the year previously. So, anything can happen. Other guys you mentioned, Jalen Green, he is something special. And the Houston Rockets, you mentioned their 2 rookies, Alperen Şengün and Jalen Green. Great picks by Houston, and they've got an exciting young core now in Houston to pair with some veterans like John Wall and Eric Gordon, and it'll be interesting to
get
see
them out of there immediately.
Yeah, how long they're going to be there, because they're clearly in a rebuilding mode, so they got to figure out something or someone to take on those guys and those contracts, hopefully get some value back for them. But with Jalen Green and Josh Christopher, Alperen Şengün, Kevin Porter Jr., Christian Wood, there's like some exciting players in Houston. They're not going to be a playoff team by any means, but there's stuff for Rockets fans to get excited about now all of a sudden, because it looks like from Summer League that they hit on all their draft picks and they did very well. I know obviously Jalen Green, they were excited to get them with the second pick overall, but Alperen Şengün, they didn't think he would be there when he fell to them later in the first round. He's someone that the Rockets had much higher on their board, and you saw why. He's only 19 years old. I think the biggest challenge for Şengün is that he's homesick. He actually left Summer League early because he was homesick and wanted to go back home. And, he's a young guy. He doesn't speak English. So that's going to be the toughest thing for him, is that he has a translator right now and adjusting not only to the NBA game, but to life
America.
in the NBA
I
as a player.
think, if I'm not mistaken, this was the first time he ever came to America. It said he's never been to America before, and you get dropped in Vegas of all places.
Right,
So
right.
But sorry, Alex Şengün, that is not a representation of the rest of America. That is a bubble called Las Vegas.
Well, he was in New York City for the draft, and then obviously Houston when he was drafted by the team, and Vegas. That's his representation of America. It's a lot. It's a lot, but he'll get to see the country soon enough as he travels around with the Rockets. He showed the raw talent that he has and brings to the table, which is really exciting. Other guys that really impressed me was this guy for the Miami Heat, Max Strus. I had never heard of him before, but if you look at his summer league stats, every game he played, he was scoring over 30 points a game and just dominated for the Miami Heat. I think he was an interesting guy for sure. And I was just blown away by the depth of this rookie class, that we know that Cade Cunningham and Jalen Green are going to be special players. How good, we don't know yet. But that there are a lot of really, really talented players in this class, all the way, not just through the first round, but the second round. Even Cam Thomas from the Brooklyn Nets, he was picked 27th overall, and he was the co-MVP of Summer League, scoring over 27 points per game for Brooklyn. Now, he's not going to be able to do that in the regular season with a crowded Nets roster with some superstars on that team, but he can fill it up, man, and off the bench, he's going to provide a spark. This is a really deep rookie class, and I'm excited for this upcoming season, more so than for any other reason than to watch this rookie class and see what they can do and see who's ready already. Another guy, Jalen Suggs in the Orlando Magic, he looks like a pro, man. He's just looks like a veteran for a rookie, like he's been doing this for a long time. Polished game, demeanor, attitude, brings a level of professionalism to everything he does. And the Orlando Magic, they had a lot of their core players from this upcoming season playing in Summer League with him, Cole Anthony, the rookie Franz Wagner, who was drafted, RJ Hampton. So they're already getting some chemistry together. And again, not a team that's going to be fighting for the playoffs, but a team that's going to be a fun league pass team to watch for sure, with a lot of big highlights.
Also, one other player I did get a chance to see when I watched the Pacers Blazers game was Chris Duarte. Am I pronouncing his name right?
Yes,
Duarte. I like him as well. They were comparing him to, I guess, Klay Thompson was kind of like the comparison pre-draft, if everything goes correctly. But the thing that shocked me was they compare him to Klay, but I don't think Klay coming out was as good of a ball handler as Chris Duarte is. They were actually having him run point guard. A lot. So, and I think he's 23, 24. So
24. He's 24. So an older player to be drafted. And I think that's why he fell in the draft. But of this rookie class, one of the most polished and ready to go guys. But you factor in that he's the same age as guys like Bam Adebayo. He's just about 6 or 7 months younger than Devin Booker, already established all-stars in this league. Where is his career going to go? I don't know. It's often a little riskier to draft a guy at that age, but he looked really polished in Summer League and ready to help the Pacers compete. And now with Rick Carlisle as their head coach and Karis LeVert and bringing back Sabonis and Miles Turner, the Pacers should be an interesting team in the Eastern Conference this year. And Chris Duarte, I wouldn't be surprised if he's starting.
That's why I like that pickup for them. Like the Pacers are a team that, I mean, for I think like the last 2 or 3 years, I've been picking them as like my sleeper team. Now, I know injuries have happened, Oladipo went down, you trade for LeVert, but LeVert had the kidney issue, I think it was. Kidney issue, Brogdon, he's been hurt. TJ Warren broke his foot last year. So like that's a team that I think can surprise some people. I think I picked them to possibly be like maybe a top 4, top 5 seed in the East. So I like getting an older guy that you don't really have room that you can just insert into that lineup and hope that he can bring you something immediately.
It's crazy how fast this offseason is moving. We went from the postseason to the finals to the draft to free agency to summer league. Now rosters are set. We got a minute to kind of take a breath, but the schedule's been released. And before you know it, training camp is going to start. From all the offseason moves, Pavy, which team impressed you the most? Who won this offseason? And obviously, you got the Lakers and the big moves they made, getting Russ and this big three. You got the Chicago Bulls, your Chicago Bulls, making a big splash in free agency and some trades and deals, so like adding DeRozan, getting Lonzo Ball, adding to their core with Zach LaVine. And the Miami Heat, they improved a lot too. So, and maybe there's some other ones I'm not thinking of right off the cuff. Those are 3 that come to mind. Who, in your opinion, won the summer and their new roster headed into the upcoming year?
Only because I'm not writing it down, and just out of the people that you just picked, I'm going to say the Bulls. I'm going to say the Bulls won the offseason, not because I think they'll be like some finals team or something like that next year. I just think that like it's a great time just from just knowing a lot of people who are Chicago fans and Bulls fans. I just think it's a great time to be a fan of one Chicago sports in general. I think like all of the teams are kind of having like a rebirth, except for the Cubs. The Cubs just like tore everything down. But like, like the Sox, they're pretty good. The Bears, they drafted a young quarterback that people are pretty excited about. And the Bulls, they don't really make many offseason historically. They don't really make too many offseason acquisitions. Usually they build through the draft, but they aren't a team that signs or make trades. And I think that within the past, and also Patrick Williams, he looked pretty good at Summer League. He was doing things in Summer League that I didn't see him doing the previous year. So I would say the Bulls. Like I think that they'll for sure probably be a playoff team next year, which I think is good enough for the city of Chicago. I think them getting back in the playoffs, and then even hear DeMar DeRozan talk and him talking about wanting to go play with Zach LaVine, wanting to go play with Lonzo Ball, and the way he's speaking, he seems like he's coming from a more veteran standpoint than I've seen DeMar speak. So yeah, man, like to me, I'm gonna say the Bulls. Just off the top of my head right now, I'm gonna say the Bulls.
Well, they better be a playoff team with this new revamped roster with Billy Donovan, a good head coach there, with Nikola Vucevic, an all-star at center, in addition to the guys we just mentioned, Zach LaVine taking a leap. If they're not a playoff team, there's serious problems in Chicago. There's too much talent on that roster not to be, for sure. I want to get another opinion here in the house, and we've got a very talented filmmaker, a friend of SLiC. He's always around, and a big Hoops fan as well. Mike Wilds is in the house. What's up, Mike? How you doing, man?
What up, J-Zone? What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Mike, what's good, bro?
See you, Mike. Mike, so we're talking about this upcoming season, which is crazy. It feels like the last season just ended, but we're already previewing the next one. What do you think? What team improved the most during this offseason in your mind from all the different free agent moves, trades, and draft picks that have reshaped rosters around the league?
I would say LA. I'm going to be honest. I think, when you get LeBron and you get these guys, and you get this roster, right? That's when, they just they packed up. They like, we're not messing around, and that is what it is. They just went for the whole caboodle, I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Picking up Melo and picking back up who would they pick back up? Dwight Howard. You know what I mean? I think that was a smart move, and I just think that they're coming to take it all. We all know how the Laker organization is. They go in and they kind of reboot, right? But then they also have this kind of like upper echelon to bottom to say, well, just watch this. Hold on. We're going to go get the best. And they typically do get the best. So I think this offseason, the Lakers got the best improved roster.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to argue with that. When they signed Russ and they formed this big three of Russ, Bron, and AD, I was like, okay, great. But like, who else? Is it going to be me out there? And for them to be able to take not a lot of money left and still fill in that roster with all the veterans that they did, bringing guys back, winners, leaders, they did a really good job. For sure. Speaking of doing a really good job, the man who's always fashionably late but always here. What your ones look like? The one and only BD Boom Dizzle, Baron Davis in the house. What up, BD?
Rest in peace, Kobe. Happy birthday, Kobe. Making sure we say that first and foremost. Sure. What's up, everybody? What's happening?
What's going on? What up, BD?
Hey, nothing. What's up, Mike Wild?
Oh man, you already know. Just in here in the zone with y'all. I'm in y'all. This y'all feel. Y'all talking. I'm just trying to be like y'all.
You know, we
you
just
got it, man. You got
welcome to Who Got Game.
Well, we've been here. The party already got started. Welcome to Who Got Game for you, BD. Yeah, welcome to you, man. And as you said, happy birthday, Kobe Bryant. It's still hard to believe when you say rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. It like doesn't feel real sometimes, right? Like as you reflect on that, the fact that he's gone, obviously now it's like we know it, but you almost forget it. It doesn't feel real sometimes. You feel that same way, BD?
Man, it feel crazy, bro. Like it just still feel like Kobe here. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, man, I don't know, man. It don't feel right. You know what I mean? It just really don't feel right. Especially like summer league, all the shit that's going on. It's just you just miss him. You just miss him. You miss his presence. You miss his, his spontaneity, his randomness. So it's like just trying to hold on and keep that spirit. You know what I mean? Keep that energy, and just celebrate him. You know what I mean? Especially a day like today. So, we just want to give all the love to, Vanessa and the kids and, the Laker organization and, just lift him up.
For sure. I mean, you talk all the time about legacy and leaving a legacy. Kobe Bryant was someone who did it in so many different ways. Obviously, as a Laker, a basketball player, an activist, a filmmaker, and what he's done for the women's game as well. A big
Absolutely.
That too. When you think of Kobe's legacy, is it a little bit of all of it, or where do you think that it stands out more than anything else, like the impact he made?
I just think overall just being a game changer, a pioneer, when you look at what people said about, the changing of the guard from Mike to Kobe and, all that, Kobe had to go through to just, make his mark in Mount Rushmore. You know what I mean? I think, one, he was like really the first one after Jordan to get a lot of hate outside of Iverson, but for different reasons. And then to transcend that, and then after retirement to start investing, just always like pushing the culture, pushing the needle, and, just exemplifying like what more than an athlete means, you know what I mean? But somebody who just thinks on a high level, works at a high level, and just his inspiration, alone, right, to the younger generation, women's basketball and just, him spending most of his time there, right, and bringing those eyeballs and bringing that attention there and that swag there, it's just everything that, it was everything that we needed in the moment of time, and something that, we just on the shoulders of him and his aura and his essence and his mentality.
For sure, man. Well, his memory definitely lives on in all of us, and his legacy lives on in his family and the impact he had on the game, on culture, on film, that he's left behind for us all to study and follow. So big shout out to Kobe on today, what would have been his 43rd birthday. BD, we were talking about Summer League. That's where I last saw you in Vegas. I'm still recovering. Yeah. 10 days in Vegas, man, for me. That's a long stretch to be there. I know you were out there for a while too. You've been going to Summer League for forever. What were some highlights for you from this year's Summer League experience?
Shout out to the Summer League One for putting on an incredible event, a safe event. And, I just thought that the new talent was just like something to watch. Like everybody played, everybody, show what they can do. the energy was there. I think what the summer league added was more media interviews, just kind of the whole live stream mechanism. But the players, man, this is a players league, and the personalities are changing. The games is changing. You're seeing 6'11", 6'8" dudes play guard, some point forward. It's just it's an amazing time to be watching basketball because, I always said that basketball was young and it's not even in its millennial year. So imagine, where we're at 75, where we're going to be at 100.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Pavy and I were talking earlier about some of the guys who impressed us the most from this year's summer league. I know there's a lot of this year's rookie class that you support, that you've watched grow up, and that they look up to you. Is there one guy in particular that really impressed you? You saw their swagger, you saw them on the court, the way they carried themselves, what they did, that like more than anything they stood out to you when you think of that? When I'm like, yo, who just like impressed you? You would want to play with them. Who is it?
Dude, there was a lot of dudes. I think it was a lot of great players. You look at Kuminga, you look at young Scotty, what he was doing in Toronto. He has so much promise. Pat Williams, even though he's not a rookie, just like, you see where he's going in his trajectory. You look at Cade Cunningham and the way he was playing and just kind of like controlling his flow. Cam Jordan, who people slept on, but it's like there was a lot of those dudes. Jalen Green played well. I thought Josh Christopher played really well. And just kind of raised his value. A lot of dudes got a chance to kind of raise their value. You know what I mean? And for me, it was just like all those young dudes really were highly impressive. And were better than what I thought. Evan Mobley, I think that he's going to be a beast, and his potential and his range is unlimited. Even the kid Grimes, right, out of Houston, he played really well.
Yeah.
Just it was fun to see like the competitive nature, get back, and these young dudes, they were hungry and they got swagger too. They was talking shit. You know what I mean? It was entertaining. I was having a good time.
For sure. A lot of them were talking a lot of shit, a lot of swagger. Jalen Green, especially. I mean, Cade Cunningham, everything about him, professional, lets the game come to him, cool, calm, collected. Jalen, he's one of those guys. He plays angry. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's not afraid of the moment. He's going after Cade, saying, should be the number one pick. Coming out after that game against Cade, wearing a shirt that says number one on it. You like guys like that? Did you like playing with guys like that who have that mentality, who are just like they're hungry and they want to prove something?
Yeah, it's infectious. I think, especially with their work ethic, finding somebody who just, feel like they're the best in the world, like that rubs off on you. So, you got to commend that kid for having the confidence, but also having the game to back it up.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, you also were in Vegas putting on a really fun event that I got to stop by. Why don't you let all the people know about that? Because I know you got another one coming up next week too.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Assist. Oh.
A pass to Pavy. Thank you, Swish.
Wow, what is that casual three he just hit?
No, but we had a dope event. It was an influencer game, celebrity game. It was in Las Vegas. B-Dot, White Iverson, Jenna Bandy, Dakota Gonzalez. It was a lot of good
Max
people.
Nice,
Austin Mills, Max and Nice,
like everyone.
All of those. Yeah, I was gonna keep going. You know them better than I do. But what I like is, you also had, some local Vegas hoopers and people showing their skills. So the cool thing about, what we're doing with this tour is taking basketball and letting, influencers show that they can hoop, letting local influencers get on it and they can hoop. But the main event is really, the one coming up, and that's LA versus New York. There's always a lot of talk of who's the Mecca of basketball. Is it LA? Is it New York? And, it's just like two cities who love the game. But two highly competitive cities that feel like, you know, they are the swag and are the mecca and the epicenter of basketball and how it take place. So August 31st, you know, LA is going to Dykeman. You know, we getting it in. We're going to have the influencer game first with our influencers versus some New York East Coast influencers. And then an LA versus Dykeman, New York basketball game is going down. I'm bringing all my young Wolves with me. You know what I mean? We're going to Dykeman. We're going to take it over. You know, it's going to happen. We did it the last time we went. The last time we won, okay? And from that point, you see, you know, what happened when LA came and took the crown from New York. So we coming back to New York to take the crown again, you know, and let them know that LA basketball right now is still on top.
That's right.
The winner got to play Chicago.
Let's
The
go.
winner got to play Chicago, though. The winner got to
We
play
coming
Chicago.
to Chicago
The winner
too.
got to play Chicago.
We coming to Chicago too.
That's right.
We coming to
Tour-
Chicago too.
This tour's
gotta
going
throw that out.
all
They
over.
gotta-
We coming to Chicago too. We coming to Atlanta too. We are on. Hey, I'm bringing it.
Boom. That's right. How about Cleveland?
New York,
All-Star.
New
Cleveland.
York, get ready. Cleveland All-Star will be there as well. New York, get ready. Wherever you at, everybody at Dykeman, or everybody in Harlem, Bronx, Brooklyn, Manhattan, Uptown, East, West, Queens, everybody. I want y'all there. We're going to have a special guest performance. But most importantly, I need y'all to show up because I'm bringing my young Wolves and I don't want to hear nothing else, right? I want this spliced. I want this on social media. I want this on my main page. I am bringing the young Wolves. LA is invading New York. Dykeman, August 31st. It's going down. Believe that.
Believe it. Some big names that hasn't been announced yet, but you want to stay tuned because, like, big names, this is a big event. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's the place to be. So if you're in New York, you got to get there in person. If you're not in New York, find a way to get there August 31st. And we're going to be live streaming the whole thing, so you'll be able to tap in from around the country. Follow BD on social media if you're not already. I am Baron Davis for all sorts of updates and announcements as it's rolled out over the next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. Definitely the place to be. BD, I know you've played at a lot of these historic.
Who got game gonna be there, right?
Hell yeah, who got game gonna be there? I mean, you know I'm clutch. I might have to get in one of these games. I'm clutch.
You should play in the influencer game.
I think so. I saw, some of these influencers can ball. Some of them, I could do a little better. So
Pavy, you should play in the influencer game.
I told you, I am PJ Tucker. I get rebounds. I set screens. I play defense.
We need some of that. We need some of that.
I got you.
Exactly. Taking charges in the influencer game. We want to see that hustle.
I got you.
Yeah,
I got you.
That's right.
All that.
Hey, Jason, I don't believe that you could play. You can run up and down the court and play.
You don't believe or you do believe?
I do not.
What?
I challenge you to play. I think that you would piss your pants if you played at Dykeman in this influencer game.
Bring it on. You know what I'm doing the days before this coming weekend? I'm going to the University of Kentucky. I'm going to Coach John Calipari's fantasy camp. I'm doing social media content from it, and he is coaching me intensively for 3 days. I'm playing multiple games. I'm in this camp training for my Dykeman premiere. All right? I'm ready.
You're on the team. You are playing.
I'm ready, man. I got coaches going to be training me. I got trainers. I'm going to be stretching. I'm ready. You know what I did at Summer League already. Giannis hit me for the 3, drained it. One shot, shooting 1,000. Perfect.
We will see. This is going to.
Yeah, bring it.
You're gonna be so tired. I'm gonna make sure that there's a camera on you.
I mean, there better be subs. I mean, I can give you a couple good minutes. I'm gonna have to hit the bench too. I got to work the mic.
How many points do you think you'll score?
All I need is one shot, one look, 1 3. That's it. That's all I need just to prove it. And then And then they're going to double me, and then I'll just hit the open passes. 1-3, like 8 assists. All right? That's it. We'll make everyone else look good. Everyone else out there trying to influence. I'm gonna set them up like I set you up for success.
I'm crying.
Yeah, that's what I do. Okay.
I'm crying, dude. This shit is gonna be so funny.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. I'm excited about it. August 31st at Dyckman. I was gonna ask you though, BD, you've played at some of the most historic courts around the country, some around the world. Have you balled at Dyckman before?
I've never played. I've never played at Dyckman.
Wow.
I only played at the Rucker. You know, the Rucker was going on.
Yeah.
But maybe next year I'll make an appearance at this time next year in Dyckman. I got to get in shape for that. Them dudes are some real ballers.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, if I'm playing, you better play. That's all I got to say. If I'm ready.
You're not playing. You're not going to play. You're going to chicken out. You're going to chicken out, dude.
I'm never chicken out. I'm ready. I'm born ready. That's what they call me. Born ready. I stay in the zone.
I'm gonna put you in the one-on-one full court challenge.
No. Hell no. No one-on-one shit. No, we didn't say anything about that. I need some teammates out there. I need some backup. Big time. No one-on-one.
You versus let's say I'm gonna put you versus Victoria.
Oh man, no, that's gonna embarrass me because I got Who's Reefism? Stick with my mid-range jumper. I got a mid-range jumper, but I got some range, man. I got some range too. Check my Instagram. You'll see.
Hey, Reefism's giving you a shout out. He rocking with you.
I appreciate a Reefism, but don't sleep on my long range shot too. You know, like I got range. Yeah. All right, I want to talk quickly. We're talking about this upcoming NBA season here on Who Got Game. We talk all things fantasy, and I know we're going to get into some fantasy football coming up soon too. Because
hell yeah, let's go.
Well. That's right.
Let's go. Y'all stalling.
I'm excited about that. We're doing fantasy football. We're doing fantasy basketball. We're going to get some leagues together. It's going to be a lot of fun. BD, how'd you do in fantasy football last year? Because we know that you needed some help with fantasy basketball.
I won.
You won. You won fantasy football? All right. So he's coming to defend the crown. What was the
I have a championship. I got to see which. I was in 4 leagues, but I got me a championship.
Well, yeah, if you're in enough leagues, you're bound to win one of them. So I'm about to join 12 leagues this year so I can claim I'm a champ too and won.
No, I'm going to tell you.
Okay. He's looking it up right now in the Sleeper app.
Who's your quarterback? But you got 4 of them. So.
I kill, bro. I kill. Let me tell you, bro. Bro, let me tell you, I kill, bro. I kill. Mm-hmm. Let me show you.
Okay, he's pulling it up. I'm from Cleveland, as I mention all the time. I'm a big Browns fan. This could be a big year for them. So I'm drafting a lot of Browns, players. Okay,
and the Can You Guard Me league? Oh, this is basketball. Hold on, homie.
He's a fantasy maven, Baron Davis. He's got a lot of leagues.
Football, SLiC. Come on, pop up. Let's go. Come on, man. It'll tell you.
You're good at building suspense, though. That's good. Want to know who led you to a championship last year. And now you're going to have to start thinking about this upcoming season because it's about time. People are preparing for their drafts and getting ready, and we are too, for fantasy football season. Pavy, I know you do fantasy basketball. You did pretty well this year in our fantasy basketball.
In the LA Unified, I was number 1.
Okay.
Who was your team?
Oh, no. Who was my team? Let's see. It's all empty now.
They're getting you ready for the next season. They've moved on. No more thinking about the past. You got to think forward.
But I had like Mahomes. You know what I'm good at? I'm good at basically making like incredible general management moves.
During the season.
Man, all during the season, I'm making moves. I find great free agents. I find great rookies. I'm paying attention, and I am going to make you the best deal. It is always going to benefit you. So I'm going to supply what you need and give you extra to get what I want. People don't understand it, but I walked away with Mahomes, Derrick Henry. Who else did I have?
You traded for Pat Mahomes?
I had Hopkins. I had Mike Evans. Man, I had a
Good squad.
Man, I had beyond the squad, bro.
Well, I want to see how you pull that off again this year. You're going to defend the crown. It's going to be a good league, and we'll have more info on that for you soon, because Who Got Game, we're going to cover not just basketball, which we always talk about and focus on, but also the fantasy football season, which is going to be a lot of fun to follow. And the NFL season starts in just a couple of weeks, so I'm pumped about that. BD, who's your NFL team? Raiders?
Raiders.
Always been the Raiders?
Actually, it hasn't always been the Raiders. You know, I was like just a football fan and a fan that liked players and stuff. And then I just said, all right, I need to align with somebody that fits my personality, that needs me.
Yep.
And, you know, I like the Raiders because they had LA ties.
For sure. Definitely.
And now we got the Chargers and the Rams. So, you know, I'm a Rams fan.
Well, it's going to be a good season, and we got the Super Bowl in Los Angeles this year too, in February. It's going to be a fun February, back-to-back weekends, Super Bowl in LA, followed by NBA All-Star in Cleveland for the 75th season of the NBA. It's going to be a lot to look forward to. That's right. It's going to be a lot of good stuff going down.
First time since 97, right?
What's that?
First time since 97, right?
Yes, the last time it was in Cleveland was 97 All-Star game. It was the 50th season where they named the 50 greatest players. This year for 75, the NBA is going to be announcing the 75 greatest players in NBA history, which will be open for a lot of debate and conversation for sure. I'm sure we'll get into that and talk a lot about that list of the 75 greatest, because that top 50 was strong, but they left a lot of guys out. A lot of has happened in the last 25 years, like Kobe Bryant and LeBron James and a lot of other big names that will be added to that list. So that's going to be exciting to see how that all plays out. It's going to be a good season. We're entering a good time. We got a little bit summer left here to enjoy before NFL, and then the NBA gets back into the swing of things. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's do a real quick, way too early NBA season prediction right now, because the rosters pretty much have taken shape. We know the free agents. We know the draft picks. We know the trades. What is your NBA Finals matchup? Way too early to predict it here on August 23rd, 2021. We will save this clip and roll it in June. Who will be in the NBA Finals?
Who you want to go first?
Pavy, why don't you go first, my man? You're leaning forward. You're looking ready. I like it.
I'm being very basic.
But you know you're going to say that.
But look, based off of the fact that I think currently as it stands, if they make some roster changes, then who knows? But I think the Bucks lost a little. I think losing PJ Tucker was actually like a really big loss for them defensively. So I'm actually gonna pick the Nets. I think that the Nets coming back, retaining retaining Blake was big for them. I think picking up Patty Mills, I think they have like the top 5 catch and shoot percentage three-point players all on one team or something like that. So I'm gonna actually go with the Nets, and then out west, as long as health permits, I'm gonna go with Lakers Nets NBA Finals. As long as health permits, as long as Anthony Davis can get through the season healthy, LeBron can get through the season healthy. I think on paper right now, on what day is it? August? I don't even know. Those two teams are the best 2 teams in the league.
BD, who you got? Way too early. We're still, like 10 months away from the NBA Finals. Who will be in the NBA Finals in June?
I agree with the Nets. I agree with the Lakers. I'll also say, I got to add a third team in there, and that's going to be the Golden State Warriors.
That's fair.
Klay Thompson come back. You know what I mean? I just think that they are if it's a finals shootout, I want to see the Warriors and the Nets, because the Warriors got some pieces, bro. Got some pieces, bro.
Do you think they make a move? Do you think they add? They get rid of? I mean, they got Kuminga, they got Moody, they got Wiseman, great young pieces. But if they're trying to win now with Clay, Steph, Draymond, do they move some of those guys for another piece?
No, because they got the best young guys. So when you got some of the best young guys, that works to your advantage when you playing against the Memphises and people like that, because they just got a lot of energy. You know what I mean? And they can hoop. Kuminga, I would not trade that man.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would not trade that man. He is going to work with them. Wiseman is going to work for what they need, especially down the stretch. You need a big man. You need a center. It's going to free up Draymond. Draymond going to make him better. Kuminga going to learn from Draymond. Kuminga could be a great defender. You already got Wiggins over there. He's proved that he can be a defender. You know what I mean? You got wings. You got the Poole kid. He's good. Like, Warriors got some heat. Warriors got some heat.
The Warriors are on national television more than any other team except for the Lakers this year. So there's going to be a lot of attention on them with Clay coming back, with Draymond there coming off his Olympic gold medal, Steph back, and adding those young pieces. They got a lot of highlights, and it's going to be fun. People forget about them just with 1 year off, but they're going to be back in a big way. And speaking of being back in a big way, BD, I know you got to bounce. Thank you for coming on, but you will be back with us again next week. We will see you on the 31st in New York City at Dykeman. It's going down.
Believe that. I appreciate y'all. Have a good one.
My God.
All right. Peace, BD. Thanks. The one and only Baron Davis here on Who Got Game. The man is all over the place, always making moves, making it happen. Pavy, before we get out of here, why don't I'm going to open something for you. Now, I love NBA Top Shot, right? And I'm always talking about NBA Top Shot. So they did something cool at Summer League. I don't know if you saw it, but for the first time ever, they had Top Shot moments that were available only to the people who were in attendance in the arena. Everyone who bought them, that's how money were minted of a moment. So I went every day and I bought 10 moments. They were $5 each. And they're reselling for anywhere from $40 to hundreds of dollars for those moments. So if you buy 10 of them, you make money just like that. But you also want to hold on to them. Some of them, you never know what you're going to get or where the value could go. They haven't announced this, but it was a huge success for NBA Top Shot and the NBA. I would not be surprised if next year when you're at an NBA arena that you will see an NBA Top Shot kiosk in the main concourse giving you the ability to buy a moment from the game that you are at that will only be sold to the people who are in that arena. And then there's a huge value because there's only 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, whatever of those moments ever made, ever sold. You had to be there to get it, but they are available in the marketplace and they go for a lot more because you had to be there to get it. So I don't know. They haven't announced it, but I have a feeling that is sort of the direction and perhaps the future of NBA Top Shot, where you got to be there to experience it, but also in some cases you can make money going to an NBA game too if you get the right moment, the right.
I mean that's dope because you never know who some of these players become. So you get Jalen Green's first three at his first professional point or something like that. And these moments are very rare. It's can you imagine being at the Orlando Summer League when Bron was playing and getting Bron's first dunk and putting it on, sale now. Even there were RIP Kobe, happy birthday Kobe. Remember, there was this compilation that came out of Kobe at Summer League.
Yes,
I've never seen that ever before in life. I've never seen that footage. You know what I'm saying? So imagine you had that and you had those moments from there and you could put them up. So that's great, and that's shout out NBA Top Shot for doing that.
All right, so let's open one of these moments right now that I got at NBA Summer League. This is from a game that I attended, that I was there. I believe it was day 3 of Summer League. So let's see. Here we go. We're going to open this. This was from the Boston Celtics versus the Denver Nuggets. There was only 4,000 some of these moments, so you want to get the lowest moment number, serial number possible of this moment. And this one is number, let's see. Go for number 1. That would be great. That's worth a couple $1,000. Let's see. Number 1,318. Not bad. That's not bad. It's a Bol block. Let's check this out. Boom. Look how far he swatted that. Effortless, this guy. Just swatted that right there. Love it. Bull. This man is exciting to watch play. I hope he gets some more minutes this season for Denver because he can really do it all. I remember I watched this game closely. He had multiple block shots. He had three-pointers he was hitting. He was bringing the ball up the court, dribbling behind his back, ball handling skills, juking guys. Like, to see a guy at that size and that height be able to be so versatile and do so many things on both ends of the floor, he's exciting to watch play, and I hope he can get some more minutes in Denver.
Yeah, I agree. Cool. It's gonna be tough, but I would love to see the man play outside of just like 25-point blowouts.
Yeah, absolutely, because he's definitely got some game. He's got some skill and some good genes. Manute Bol's son, Bull, the Bull family legacy lives on. Shout out to Manute. Rest in peace. All right, Pavy. I think that's about going to do it for this week.
Real quick. Do you want to tell me? Do you want to give our way too early awards?
Okay, yeah. And I didn't tell you my finals prediction because I do think it's going to be Nets Lakers. At this point in the season, it's hard not to say that just with the way the rosters are shaped up. And it's all going to come down to health for both of those teams because the Nets got a lot of injury-prone stars, and the Lakers got older players, older stars. Yeah. So, that's what it's going to come down to is health. If both those teams are healthy and stay healthy, I think the NBA would like to see them in the finals too, a little New York versus LA, the two biggest markets with all the storylines, LeBron versus KD, LeBron versus Kyrie, Russ versus KD, all these rivalries matched up against one another. Yes, exactly. There's like so many rivalries and storylines that can be tied up in that. It would be a lot of fun to watch that series go down. So I hope as of right now, that's what it is. I think it'd be the most dramatic and the most exciting. But this time last year, none of us would have said Suns versus Bucks. So
I said Bucks. I did not say Suns. I did say Bucks.
You said Bucks.
I did not say the Suns. I got that wrong.
No one said Suns Bucks. And that's my point, is that it's way too early to predict it, and so many things can happen. There's so many talented teams out there. No one thought the Atlanta Hawks would be in the Eastern Conference Finals this last season. So anything can happen. Some teams can take a leap. What if the Dallas Mavericks, Luka, plays at an MVP level and their other pieces perform better? And no one really saw that coming, but they make it a deep run. Like, there's enough teams within striking distance that anything is possible. And still probably a lot of major moves that'll still happen. Yeah. You still have Ben Simmons on the Sixers. You still have Damian Lillard on the Blazers. Yeah. Will that be the case when the season starts? Will it be the case during the season? There'll still probably be some major shakeups in the league, even when the season rolls around. So a lot could change, a lot could happen. I think it's just safe to say my Cleveland Cavaliers will not be in the finals. Outside of that, anything can happen.
The Cavaliers will not be in the finals. Your Cavaliers probably won't be in the playoffs, unfortunately.
Probably not. Probably not. No, they got a lot of good players, just not enough great players. They got a lot of third and fourth options on winning teams.
I agree.
Yeah. Well, I think, Pavy, we're going to save our predictions for all the awards for next week because there's a lot to talk about, a lot to do. In the meantime, I want everybody to stay safe out there, have fun. I'm traveling right now, but I can't wait to get back to LA so we can do this again in person. And again, everyone be sure to not only follow Pavy and myself, but BD for updates on this LA versus New York, East Coast, West Coast basketball battle that's going down next Wednesday. I don't know what day it is. Next Tuesday, August 31st. From Dykeman in New York. It's going to be historic and a lot of fun and a lot of big names that haven't been announced yet that I want to reveal, but I'm not the one to do that. So stay tuned for who that's going to be. Pavy, I will see you soon, my man. Stay safe. Go Bulls.
Likewise.
All right.
Yeah, sure. Go Bulls.
Yeah, all right. They had a big offseason. You're from Chicago. You got to.
I'm not really a Bulls fan, man. I'm like,
well, if they go deep in the playoffs, I want you to remember this. You said
I'm not. I'm not. I liked Michael Jordan. Then I saw Allen Iverson play. Then I saw LeBron play, and I was like, that guy.
Okay. All right. A front runner. Yeah, I hear you. All right, Pavy. Take care, man. I'll see you soon. And thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another edition of Who Got Game. We will be back with another episode next week. I'm Jason Zone Fisher. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon. Peace.
She can go